Ah, Seville, a beautiful little town in southern Spain. And I'm sure it's a wonderful place, but this is not Seville. This is San Diego, and I'm visiting for the weekend because I felt called to the ocean, and I've only been to San Diego one other time in my life, and the only distinct memory I have is of thinking, ew. Now that I'm older and my frontal lobe is developed, I've decided to give it another chance, so I quickly packed my bag, made some breakfast, and hit the road. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Good morning from Ocean Beach, California. We are in San Diego. This weekend has been like just a little spontaneous trip. Just drove 6 hours from Phoenix and now we're walking along the beach. The 4th of July was yesterday. We watched the fireworks from Shelter Island. Yes, you heard me right, we. Now if you recall a few seconds ago, I said this was a solo trip. So who the heck is we? This is what I really want to talk to you guys about. Hostels. This is the secret to a successful and fulfilling solo trip, and nobody is talking about it. Okay, maybe some people are talking about it, but I want to talk about it too. Americans have this idea about hostels that they're really gross and they're just cheap and that's pretty much it, but really they are filled with people who are like-minded if you are solo traveling. The first time I ever stayed in a hostel was in Barcelona, Spain, and in Europe, the hostel culture is thriving. But in the US, it's a different story. The intention of your trip matters, of course, so if you're not looking to spend time with people, that's not going to be it. But if you are looking to make new experiences, meet new people, this is the way that you should be doing it. Every single hostel is going to have a different experience, but I've now stayed in one in Colorado, Hawaii, and San Diego. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be staying in one in Boston. All of them are different, but they all come with their perks, and it's just about reading the reviews and making sure that you are going after exactly what you want out of your trip. Basically, the only priority this weekend is to just be. We're just being. I want to just see nature, I want to see the beach, I want to be in the ocean. There's going to be a lot of swimming, which obviously I'm not going to put on camera because I don't have a waterproof camera. We're in a great hostel, so I'll show you guys that later. This is looking to be one of the better locations for relaxing, I think. It's hard not to be relaxed when you have the ocean behind you. Okay, I want to be honest with you guys. I've been feeling really off lately, and traveling is one of those things that takes my mind somewhere else so I don't have to think. Or rather, I think more, but about different things. So for the first 2 days of this trip, I really just let myself feel and experience everything around me. The fireworks, the people, the ocean, it was all like poetry being written right before my eyes. No planned itinerary, no expectations, just appreciation for everything that was happening around me. And that led to the bright idea of trying to surf for the first time in my life with absolutely no lessons. We're back at the hostel after trying and attempting to surf for about 2 hours. We got wetsuits. We got on our knees a couple times, but never on the feet. And then we brought our wetsuits back and the guy was like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I was like, I know. It's my first time, give me a break. I definitely cut up my feet, cut up my knees, very tired. So now it's time for food. From the convenience store, we have a sandwich, fruit, and lots of water. Later that day, we went shopping, made more friends at the hostel, which brought us back to the beach, and ultimately tacos on the way back very late at night. It's a good thing that the hostel was only 2 blocks from the beach. Well, you know what they say, early bird gets the worm. So we're out here, it is almost 6 o'clock, it's like 5:50 probably, and the tide is so low, like much lower than it was yesterday. So we are walking around the tide pools before we go for our sunrise swim at Ocean Beach. Okay, here we are in the ocean at 6 in the morning. Oh yeah, that's nice. Morning ocean swim is done. Today is gonna be the fun day. We're gonna go into San Diego, do some museum things and some park things, I guess.
how can you get better than the beach? We didn't get much of a sunrise, but that's okay. In my opinion, that's okay. So now we're gonna get cleaned up and head into the city itself, which is the first time in 2 days, 3 days. I don't know what day it is.
Our first stop of downtown San Diego was the Wonder Museum, and this place was incredible, you guys, so I'm just gonna let you enjoy this experience. Cultural experiences are the theme here in San Diego, so next we are going to Little Italy for lunch.
Oh my god, that's so good. That was absurdly good. Wow. Yeah. Oh my god. How is it that good? This is the best Italian I've ever tasted.
Along with its Italian culture strongly represented in Little Italy, San Diego is also home to one of the largest public parks in the US, Balboa Park. Practically in the middle of the city rests this 1,200-acre park that's home to 18 museums ranging from art to agriculture to science. Throughout the park, you'll find many gardens where you can sit and take in the architecture that is a mixture of Mediterranean and Spanish colonial revival style. Visitors often say how the park makes them feel like they're in Seville, Spain. You could easily spend an entire day here, and we did our best and reached about 20,000 steps before we decided to head back for the evening. The fun didn't end there, though. Another incredible sunset. When we got back, we were immediately greeted with an invitation down to the beach for an evening of barbecue and live DJ. I'm not saying cool things like this will happen every time you stay in a hostel, but I've never been invited to a beach party when staying at a hotel. Just saying.
Sign that it's been a good trip is that I don't have a lot of narration happening in the vlog. We had a very long day, and I know that you just enjoyed hearing all about it. It was fantastic. We got 22,000 steps, and then we were just swimming from like 7 until the sun went down and then kicked us out of the ocean, and it was just so amazing to be able to spend that time really just sitting in nature and just enjoying it. It was absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect temperature right now. I'm so happy to have so much salt and sand in my hair. Yes, I want it out now, but it's time for night 2 of tacos. And then we're gonna hang out at the hostel, and I am going to make sure to show you guys the hostel before I leave tomorrow. But so far, you guys, you need to just come down here, really embrace nature. San Diego is much more than I gave it credit for. Good morning from our last day in San Diego, and I'm really just getting packed up today, but I wanted to show you this hostel because it has made a large impact on the time that I had here in San Diego, and it is absolutely incredible. They have multiple locations
around the country, around Canada. If you are looking for a place to stay, this hostel definitely should be on your list if you are solo traveling for sure. Let me show you around. So you have the kitchen in here. Nice big space. We have this fridge and another fridge back in the corner over there that has food. Lots of storage, you just label your stuff. Lots of supplies, and then they also serve breakfast if you don't want to make your own. And then through the other side of the kitchen, we have a hangout area, which is very popular. This goes on for quite a bit. There's a smoking area without the roof, and then where the roof is, there's no smoking. Lots of supplies for yoga, music, whatever you want. And this takes you to the front where we have board rentals. Showers when you come back from the beach, completely covered in sand. Extra towels that are free, that's a big bonus because a lot of times they're not free. And then all these supplies you can just use. This is the front door here. You can store your bikes, you can store your own boards. And then you just come in. There's a beautiful hangout area in the front. There's private rooms, there's shared mixed dorms, there's female dorms, but it's a very clean place. It gets cleaned every single day. They have a women's public restroom as well as a few private restrooms, and then the men's is downstairs. And it's really easy to navigate. One of the private bathrooms. The people here have been amazing. They serve coffee there, but it's hot coffee and I just need my iced lavender latte to be alive. Thankfully, there is a cafe literally the next building over, so I had to go like 3 feet. Now I'm just gonna head to my car. I need to get packed up, so everything is gonna be coming to the car. Ocean Beach, really, you don't need a car. Honestly, it's probably a disadvantage to have a car. So if you're flying in, that'll be great. But if you're driving like me, parking is an issue. Just be prepared for that. A lot of the spaces that you have to pay for is like $30 for 2 hours, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then the residential parking that is free is usually 2-hour parking, unless it's Sunday like today, and it is completely full pretty much all the time. So just be aware of that. It could be an issue, but it's not the worst. I managed. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, thanks for coming to my channel and watching this video. Appreciate you so much. Every single view helps and counts and likes. All the comments matter. Just engage, just engage. Because that is what is going to actually help me, is if you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things right, but actually watch the video. If you do like it, thank you for being here and supporting my channel. I'm gonna finish packing up, but thank you for joining me on this adventure. And I can't wait for next weekend when we are going to be in Seattle. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing there, but we are going to be there.